Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
How you guys all doing tonight? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are not live tonight. We are recording this review of Monday Night Raw. Just thought I'd take a week off from live streams and just do uploads. A little tired, not gonna lie. I have been trying also to do some more behind the scenes stuff and get some stuff around the house taken care of. So because of that, I thought, okay, I'm gonna be tired. Let's just record this week. So we'll just record Raw and SmackDown this week for the reviews, and then next week we'll get back into doing lives, such as the Elimination Chamber preview and the Elimination Chamber review, and maybe a live reaction or two from Chamber. But we're just gonna breeze through this review of Monday Night Raw, which took place this past Monday, February 17th, 2025 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Raw was fine. I thought it was good. It's just one of the things where it's like, it put pieces to the puzzle together for Elimination Chamber, and that's it. Nothing really super duper groundbreaking. So good wrestling. Some good promos. It's not an episode of Raw that I'm going to remember, though, like, forever. But it was still good and got things done. But we're going to just breeze through it really quick here, and then we will move on with our lives. Like I said, I will definitely also record a SmackDown review as well this week. My favorite part of the show actually was how the show opened up. Sami Zayn came out, and it's the first time he's been on TV, well, besides his Twitter promo from last week. He comes out, and he thanks the crowd for their warm welcomes. And he's had a lot of time to sit and think about his history with him and Kevin Owens. They've been tied together for a long, long time. From the beer halls in Quebec, to the Independents, to NXT, and to WrestleMania. There's been a lot of betrayals, a lot of forgiving and forgetting, but there's no forgiving or forgetting this time. This time was different than the others. It wasn't about sending a message or getting ahead. Owens tried to literally end Sami's career. And the problem, though, is that Owens didn't get the job done because he's still standing. He says his neck is not 100%, but he has enough left in the tank for a fight. And if Kevin's going to be in Toronto, so will he. Adam Pearce interrupts and says that we've talked about this, and more people told you this as well, but you've been told no. We cannot give you this match for your sake of your own health. Even Nick Aldis has agreed as well. And as much as, of course, they would like to make the match official, they said they can't do it. Samuel basically says, I'm not going to take no for an answer. And then he basically finally just, pushes Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce basically accepts it's fine. Sami, we'll do the match between you and Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber, and it will be unsanctioned, because they're not going to be responsible for what happens in that match to either one of them. Which I know there's been some mixed reactions about this match happening at Chamber. I understand why they're doing that Chamber, because both men are from Canada. But I do kind of agree that this is more of a WrestleMania match. And if the plan is to do Sami and Kevin here and do Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at WrestleMania, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. That doesn't seem like It's not screaming WrestleMania for me. Sami and Kevin, though, is. So, like, maybe they do like, a sanctioned match here, a non-sanctioned match here, and then they do something sanctioned or something like I Quit or something like that at WrestleMania. I still think that's a destined stipulation for Sami and Kevin. Yeah, I actually, honestly, if I do live reactions for Elimination Chamber, I feel like that's the match I'd want to do a live reaction for, because that match under Triple H is going to cook. And it's definitely going to be a match of the year candidate, in my opinion. I cannot wait for that. Heck, they could main event the show with that if they really wanted to. But I don't know. After that, we had a backstage where first we were reminded of the footage we got that Nick Aldis showed from an anonymous tipper of Raquel and Liv being in the vicinity of where Jade Cargill was attacked months ago, and that Bianca and Naomi are going to go to Raw and take care of some business. Liv and Raquel were in Judgment Day's clubhouse, all talking about how, like, you know, they're all going to be in Chamber, blah, 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 this and that. Finn Balor has his qualifying match, and also how Liv and Raquel are going to get the tag titles, and Dirty Dom is going to take care of AJ Styles. Well, that didn't happen because AJ Styles would beat Dominik Mysterio in the following match. In a good match, AJ's first actual match, I believe, well, he did have the match with Carmelo where he got hurt, but the last, like, really good match he had was definitely that I Quit match at Clash at the Castle last summer. But yeah, he beats Dom. Afterwards, Braun Breaker comes in, goes to spear AJ, but instead he spears Dom. He rolls out of the ring, rips his shirt off, tosses it to AJ. AJ catches it. So I'm not sure now if they're going to do... They're definitely going to do Braun and AJ at some point. I predicted maybe them doing them at Elimination Chamber. But I think there is a chance they may push that match off until WrestleMania. But if that's the case, though, then who's Logan Paul going to fight? Because I really thought Logan Paul was going to fight AJ Styles. I'm starting to worry, though, that they might have Logan fight CM Punk instead. Which, I guess at some point that is a match to do, I'm not going to lie. But not at WrestleMania this year. It's just not the time yet for it, in my opinion. I still think that Logan should face AJ. And I know people want to see Sheamus dethrone Braun Breaker for your Intercontinental title. All it is, though, is you can say this about Jay and Gunther as well, but I feel like we've seen the match too many times. I think Sheamus does need a more, like, you know, not saying that Braun Breaker's not a great one, but he needs, like, a more well-known for him rival, I think, for him to dethrone, to win the Intercontinental Championship. Like, heck, if he would have dethroned Gunther for the IC title, I think that would have been even better, but, you know, it is what it is. We have that there. We do have American Made backstage talking, and of course they thought they were recapping what they did in the tag match last week, and Ivy said that it was all nice, but you did win the titles. And they all promised that they were going to have titles before Master Gable comes back, and Ivy is about to take care of some business against Dakota Kai. So, we had Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile. Match was good. I think Dakota really is gelling in this new babyface role for her. Like, it feels like the star power for her is just going up every single time I see her. To my surprise, though, Dakota did win with a GTK. I thought they were going to give it to Ivy because they were already teasing that feud already around Rumble. But I guess we're getting Dakota and Lyra again next week. Will Dakota win? I don't know. I know some people are hoping she does, but we'll wait and see what happens. Then we had this segment where Gunther basically mocked Jay's entrance. Like, it had everything. Like, you know, the camera zooming in at the beginning, then walking through the crowd and doing the yeeting thing in the crowd and whatnot. It was actually quite hilarious. Again, just a story about how Gunther claims that Jay's a joke. He's never been able to beat him or capitalize in the main event. But that they're trying to prove to us that of course, is going to be different this time. And then Jay came out trying to, get a piece of Gunther, but they were held back from fighting each other. Liv and Raquel were also interviewed backstage again, and they said that they insisted that they're not the ones who attacked Jade Cargill, which I know they were not the ones who attacked Jade Cargill for sure. Pete Dunne took on Penta. Another good match. Again, I do like that they at least, Pete Dunne, I think, is still in the role kind of what Carmelo Hayes is in. He's not, one of their guys right now, but they at least try to still showcase them just so you know that they're still there. But I am confused, though, as to what's going on with Pete Dunne, Penta, and Ludwig Kaiser. Is this leading to, a three-way or a handicap? I don't know. I still think that there's a chance that Penta could be doing something with Ray at WrestleMania, which that would be freaking awesome. But Penta does win. Afterwards, Ludwig and Pete try to attack Penta, but he escapes. Jey Uso was backstage, again, hyped about how he can't beat Gunther and whatnot. And then we also had Roxanne, Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez. My feelings for this match, honestly, were a little bit mixed. Although it was a good match, surprisingly, Raquel and Roxanne had really good chemistry. I was just kind of confused on the dynamic for this match, because aren't both women technically the heels? So that's the only thing I gotta say, I kind of nitpick about it. It kind of took me out a little bit, because I didn't know, what the true dynamics were. But off a distraction, because Bianca and Naomi came out and basically just beat the living hell out of Liv Morgan. And off that distraction, Roxanne was able to hit Pop Rocks and get the victory. So that's pretty awesome. Karrion Kross is backstage calling out Sami Zayn, and after Jey Uso believes that he's beating Gunther, and Seth believes he's actually winning tonight. Also, does Sami really believe he stands a chance against Kevin Owens in his current state as well? We also had Io Sky cut a promo hype reel advertising for her match in 2 weeks on Raw, right after Chamber, for a women's title shot, since Rhea kind of screwed her over with it. New Day also were just talking trash about how they took out Rey Mysterio and how, they should be the leaders and whatnot. But an LWO came out and started some trash. They brawled, whatever. Don't really care too much about that. And then Finn Balor and Seth Rollins had a great main event match. Two of them are always, again, having great matches. But, of course, again, Finn Balor, he's kind of both like a joke right now. So I still can't quite take him seriously, in my opinion. But I knew he wasn't going to win. Seth wins. Where Finn goes after this, I don't know. But it is really time to disband Judgment Day, as I keep saying. Because, again, this feels like that now it's like they're overstaying their welcome. And it's starting to kind of hold some people back. Like a Dominik Mysterio and a Finn Balor. And a few others, of course, as well. But those are definitely the biggest ones for sure. But, again, we'll wait and see. I'm tired, guys. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I gave Raw this week a B, though. It was still a good show, but again, not a show that was lighting the world on fire that I'm going to be watching it 10 years down the line. Just my opinion. So again, B for Raw, guys. I'm checking out. I'm tired. Have a great rest of your night. In order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself. And that is not just an opinion, my friends. That is a fact of life. Yeah! I'll see you guys tomorrow.